Welcome back to News Geelong on this Wednesday evening as we turn our attention to the pulsating world of Geelong sport and the hot-to-trot flying hawk, Nathan Curry. Good evening, Nathan.
Thank you very much, Rollo. It's good to be back in the studio. It's funny, I had terrible weather last week when I was outside, and now that I'm inside, the weather's perfect. I don't understand it, which is why Lani takes care of that and I take care of sport. Now, the Geelong Cricket Clubs had some ripper results this season, but that all changed last weekend when they were caught out by the two-day competition. Luckily, they've made it into this weekend's one-day semi-final, and News Geelong caught up with coach Damien Shanahan to get his thoughts on the Cats' big weekend of cricket. It was a bit disappointing on the weekend. How did you view that?
Yeah, it certainly was disappointing from our point of view. Obviously, to drop the game in the first day was extremely disappointing, and I suppose the positive note is that we've got to learn a lot from it. And obviously, it was a quick turnaround from our one-day program, and obviously training last week, and not really interested in excuses, but we didn't get the red balls out all week, so it'll be interesting to see how we go this Saturday, and obviously try to gain some momentum out of the game and make sure that we're setting ourselves up for Sunday's semi-final in the one-day comp.
What were you trying to do differently at training this week to make sure you get used to the two-day series?
Yeah, well, obviously it's great weather, so training tonight we'll be looking at actually batting and bowling with red balls, which is really important. Obviously we've had a program of 5 months with white balls, so it does change a bit, and the patience of the batters was really one thing that really identified on the weekend, that weren't prepared to work as hard as they need to, and obviously in two-day format. So we'll look at exposing that at training during the week, and then hopefully we can put it into play on Saturday if we have another bat.
What about the semi-final? Are you confident there?
Yeah, look, we've got a really strong opponent in Carlton, a fantastic one-day side and a great side as it is. So it'll be a great challenge for us, and if we can get over that hurdle, we'll be very excited to head into a final.
And are you confident the boys can recover after Saturday's game and keep playing on Sunday?
Yeah, I think so. It's a really vibrant group, and obviously it's disappointing what happened on the weekend, but I think if we really strike back really hard with the ball in the first session on Saturday and hopefully get a second hit and really establish some confidence out of that, and we'll take that into Sunday.
And finally, can we expect anyone back into the side this week?
There'll probably be, for the one-day final, there'll probably be a couple of changes, I would have thought. Obviously, the Geelong Grammar boys will be available for the Sunday game with their APS commitments on Saturday. And obviously Finch is out this weekend, so either Alex Stanley or Jake Thorne will probably come in for him this Saturday. Was
it good to have Aaron Finch back in the side? Did he show some of the young fellas how to go about it?
Well, Finchy had a pretty disappointing day, and he made 11. It was obviously great to have him around the group and so forth, but it was probably disappointing for him and for us that he didn't get a big score, and set us on the back shoe pretty early with having 4 or 5 wickets down before lunch. So.
Damien Shanahan there. Well, we've all noticed in the past 6 weeks that tennis has come alive in Geelong thanks to our first Premier League team in 54 years. And on the weekend, the men and women teams both secured spots in Sunday's grand final. This is a massive achievement, and before we take a look at how they got there, you may remember a few weeks ago I made a tea and scone joke about Kooyong. Well, their #1 man, Jay Salter, saw it, and while he got the joke, he has told me not to do it again. He's watching tonight, so don't worry, Jay, there's no jokes tonight. We'll wait and see if our women can beat yours on Sunday before we start bragging. Now, we'll start with the women who hosted Dendy Park at home in their last round. There's no final series in the Women's League because there's only 4 teams, so the top 2 go straight into the grand final. And that's exactly what Geelong did on Sunday as they won 5-4. The day started with the doubles, and Geelong got off to an early 2-1 lead thanks to Natalia Dragicevic and Olivia Rich, and fellow pair Jessica Hartland and Julie Golightly, who all won in straight sets. Natalia, Olivia and Jessica all continued their winning ways in the singles, which gave Geelong the 5 rubbers they needed to grab the win. The ladies now take on Kooyong on Sunday in the big one. Meanwhile at Kooyong, the Geelong men caused a 5-4 upset to grab their spot in the grand final. Just like the ladies, the men were able to get a 2-1 lead after the doubles, but it got a bit more interesting after that. Kooyong brought in former world number 24 Richard Fromberg to take care of #1 Brendan Moore, who was cursing Tiger Airways during the match after they delayed his 6 p.m. Saturday flight to 4:30 Sunday morning. Later on in the afternoon, Geelong needed just 1 win from the 2 remaining rubbers to grab victory, and we looked home when Aaron Kosub brought up match point. However, his opponent Paul Arbar survived and eventually won the match, meaning everything was up to birthday boy Justin Robertson to save the day, and he took his time too. His 3-set match went for 2.5 hours before he could finally defeat Anthony Zafareris, who had some cramping troubles. And men now take on the undefeated Liston this Sunday. And that's it for me in sport. I'll be back with plenty more sporting action on Friday, but until then, it's back to you, Rouleau.
Thank you, Nathan, and we wish the Geelong Cricket Club and the Geelong Lawn Tennis Club all the very best for the weekend. Love the uniforms, ladies. And now to the weather world around Geelong and District. It's a warm welcome to sparkling Lani Salathiel. Good evening, Lani. Is the lovely warming weather here to stay?
Good evening, Graham. Yes, it is here to stay for a few days. Let's take a look at the forecast. For tomorrow, we've got a cloudy day with a maximum of 26 in Geelong. For Friday, a cloudy day again, some scattered showers from the morning, more frequent on the surf coast. The possible chance of thunderstorms too in the afternoon and evening, a maximum of 31. For the weekend, Saturday, a cloudy day, some rain on the way, and the chance of thunderstorms from late morning as well, a maximum of 20. For Sunday, a partly cloudy day, some rain, easing to showers during the afternoon or evening, the chance of thunderstorms again, and a maximum of 20. For the start of next week, Monday, a cloudy day, some isolated showers possible in Geelong, a maximum of 17. And today we had a partly cloudy day. There's a chance of showers in the afternoon, and tonight we had a minimum of 14 and a maximum of 23. Aireys Inlet today had a top of 21 and Avalon a top of 24. So until Friday, Graham, that's the weather.
Thank you, Lani. And thank you for being with us on News Geelong this Wednesday evening. Don't forget tomorrow, at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, we respectfully observe a minute's silence in honour of those who have served our great country in all theatres of war. And remember, to all our friends at the Geelong McKellar Centre, take your time and smell the flowers. From all the team at News Geelong, a very good night.